If you want to get the most out of your new iPhone, then you're definitely going to need one of these. This is the Freewell variable ND, and it's part of their Sherpa system. So with the included case, what you can do is simply magnetically attach your variable ND. The reason you want a variable ND to begin with is because when you're outdoors with your cell phone, even on a cloudy day, with the ideal settings, your video is going to look way too bright. So by putting on a variable ND, you're able to control how much light is actually getting to the sensor, and therefore you should be able to achieve the proper exposure. For general videography, the variable ND 1 through 5 is going to be enough. Only in extreme situations would you need the variable ND 6 through 9. If you want to get some smooth video with your iPhone, then you're probably going to also want to get the Zhiying Smooth 5S. The reason I say this is because some other cell phone gimbals don't have this adjustment for the roll motor, which makes it difficult for you to balance your smartphone, especially when you have a variable ND weighing down the other side. And with your phone perfectly balanced, you can get some very smooth shots that don't introduce too much rotational wobble like you see in the handheld shot. For those of you that really want to merge your phone into the gimbal for quick and seamless use, they do have a smartphone app that gives you some more advanced settings, as well as the ability to use the gimbal's buttons with their camera app, though it is not necessary to use the app to enjoy the gimbal as is out of the box. If you want to take the digital edge off your videos, Freewell also has some mist filters like Snow Mist and Glow Mist. Each one creates a different highlight bloom that can smooth out that crispy digital look in modern day cameras. They can also breathe in some lively ambiance in your nightlife shots. And for those of you that want to go cinematic, Freewell has 2 different anamorphic squeeze adapters, giving you all the stuff that you love from anamorphic lenses. And the great thing is, the Blackmagic camera app already has these squeeze options ready for you, so you can see exactly what you're getting. While you technically can't achieve the perfect balance on the tilt motor, the gimbal is strong enough where it can perform without any problems. If you're planning to do any tech videos or product shots where you have to really get in there and get the fine detail, you're probably going to want to also check out Freewell's long-range macro lens. And the reason is because even though the iPhone does have a macro mode, it's using the wide-angle lens, and you're going to have to get super close to the item, possibly introducing your own shadow into the shot. So what the long macro is going to do, it's going to allow you to step back a little bit while still getting a nice magnified look of the fine details. While the filters are amazing, of high quality, and perform very well, I do have some constructive criticism to throw at Freewell's way, specifically about the case. Now, I feel like the texture on this case is way too smooth and slippery. It doesn't give me a lot of confidence that this case is going to hold in my pocket, my backpack. It might just slip out, or potentially slip out of my hand if I grab it at an odd angle. So I feel like they should texturize it in some way, or use some sort of other type of rubbery material to give us more sensible grip. Also, the buttons are extremely recessed with no tension, which means that if you grab your phone and you just squeeze it, there's a good chance you're going to hit a button without meaning to. In fact, when I was putting the phone into the gimbal, I was holding everything on the button side, and I was seconds away from calling emergency services on accident. Lastly, and this is extremely important for Freewell, is you need to make your case an everyday case. And I feel like the one feature that's missing is a built-in kick-out stand so that we can watch movies when we're on the go. If you take a look at this cheap $15 case, it's basically the exact same size, exact same thickness, and it has a built-in kickstand. So I would say think about adding that feature in another version of this case, and also think of some other stuff that can make this an everyday case. That way, we don't have to take it off and put it back on just because we want to use variable ND filters on the go. For the people that are thinking about the gimbal, the Zhiying Smooth 5S is a great gimbal for the price, and especially if you're going to be using these filters. You want to be able to balance them. I really hope that Zhiying will kind of talk to Blackmagic and be able to develop the Bluetooth protocol so that they can connect to each other. That way you can use some of the button features like recording with your thumb instead of having to tap the phone itself. One additional feature I like to mention is that on the gimbal, there is a built-in light as well as a little magnetic light that you can place on the top or bottom. Now, if you happen to be in a dark situation and you're trying to capture the moment, this light will help you out. It's not going to be very flattering as it's going to be very deer in the headlights, but in the case of you just trying to document the moment, it's nice to know that you can throw a little bit of light if you need it. If you guys want to know the best free video app for your iPhone, I do have a video for you right here. But if you're a completely newbie filmmaker, I do have an online course available for purchase right over here at TLDR Film School. And with that, I'll see you guys in the next one.